Welcome back to Bite-Sized Server Components. Previously, we looked at what server components are and why they're useful. Today we're going to look at their history. I want to share this both because it's incredibly interesting, but also because it contains some important historical context. Officially, React exclusively cites their own prior work as inspiration, such as GraphQL, Relay, XHP, old experiments to offload components to web workers, and so on. To the best of my knowledge, however, the first real foray into server components came in 2019. As part of the Relay team at Facebook, I shared the first proposal for Relay entry points with my colleagues on the React team sitting just a few feet away. While working on the new Facebook.com, we needed a way to define the code and data for a given URL so that both could be loaded in parallel. My proposal suggested that entry points should just be React components, albeit with a more limited API for running on the server. After all, transforming some input props like URL parameters into a user interface is exactly what a component does. Unfortunately, this proposal was at odds with the vision that the React and Relay leads had been working on. Before I could make more progress, I was asked to leave Facebook. After my departure, Relay entry points was pivoted to more closely resemble the brass's own vision, which had been revealed the following November, the blocks model. While the RFC was never publicly available, related details and examples were shared at React Conf 2019, links in the description below. Conceptually, React blocks were similar to using GraphQL and Relay. It's about having a tree of React components with a tree of data in parallel. To generate the data tree, blocks had a query function that was only run on the server and returned plain old JavaScript data or nested child blocks. Rather than just using your existing React components directly, blocks had a special render function that only ran on the browser and received the result of the query function as an argument. It's here where you would import and use any other client components necessary. These separate query and render functions were then combined into a block. Blocks could only be used by other blocks. By July, however, I had joined the Google Chrome Aurora team and was working on improving data fetching in Next.js as part of an official collaboration between Vercel and Facebook. In October, I worked with Vercel to share another proposal with the React team, Next.js Remotes. Next.js Remotes refined the original Relay entry points design, introducing the concept of server-only components that fetch data using async and await and serialized a tree of client components. This code should seem familiar. Remotes largely resemble server components today. In fact, the primary difference was that they could be used outside of routes as well. Unfortunately, the React team dismissed the idea once again. They went on to implement blocks in December under the name of chunks, though by February 2020, they were renamed to blocks. Iteration continued for the next several months, until May 5th, 2020, when the React team abruptly changed course. Over the next 7 months, they killed off blocks while refining server components. And in December, React server components were officially revealed to the world. They would continue iterating on them for the next few years, for example, finally adding support for async and await in 2022. Although I'm glad that React finally adopted and has improved server components considerably, I'm admittedly disappointed that they continue to largely disregard these prior contributions and claim near exclusive credit for inventing them. Thanks for watching!